You're right, everyone, it's Sam here. Welcome back to Season with Schumi on F1 2006. In the previous race we took a very fluky win at Monaco after falling to the back but relying on a lot of DNFs from the guys further up, and we closed the gap down to 8 points then. It's looking like a three-way battle for the championship at the minute, with Raikkonen and Alonso level on points at the minute. Any one of the three drivers could lead the championship after this race course. And here at Silverstone then for round 8, and we're going to go straight into qualifying. Then you can see in Q1 I was held up a little bit, but so that's going to affect my time a little bit, but I'll come across the line, and this track feels so open and free after the streets of Monaco. We go 10th then, and it was enough for us to get through. And there's the times then. A bit of a surprise to see Barrichello out in Q1 in the Honda. You wouldn't really expect that, and neither would you expect to see Ide ahead of anyone. But we're heading into Q2, and looks like Renault and Ferrari, not Renault and Ferrari, Renault and McLaren looking pretty quick again. Massa not looking particularly quick is what I was going to say there. But yeah, here we are in Q2. I went out nice and early again. And well, you'll notice that this is the old Silverstone with the old pit straight and a slightly different layout because it doesn't have any of the new section. We go fastest then provisionally, but we actually stay there for the whole session, and we're quickest in Q2 then, but Massa only 14th, so I think he really needs to up his game because he hasn't been doing much really this season. Into Q3, and well, yeah, you can see Red Bull looking very good here, especially clean, which you wouldn't normally see, but you can see Alonso and Raikkonen were right up there as well, which you would expect really as soon as this is a championship battle. Then just going through a strategy there, I decided to go with the default really. We come across the line then at the end of our first fuel burning lap, and we go second behind Ralph, and we drop to 4th after that, and well, next time around I improve it to 3rd, so well, we're not really anywhere near the pace we want to be. And I did have quite a few laps actually ruined by traffic because we're near the end of the session now. I'm still down in 8th, so I really want to improve on that. But so heading through Maggots and Beckett's then, and there's a Red Bull going slowly, and we've hit him, and well, that's definitely qualifying over for us then. And well, that is a really wasted opportunity there, and I was really annoyed at the AI for just crawling along in some place to the track, and it does mean we're only 8th in the end then, with Raikkonen and Alonso, the top 2 in the championship, on the front row of the grid. And there's a few guys we don't want to be stuck behind in that, so yeah, it's going to be quite difficult as we're heading to the grid then. And looking through the grid order, you can see that well, there's a Red Bull, a Williams and a Toyota that I really didn't want to be stuck behind in this race, but looked like I may well be. And well, it's a golden opportunity for Alonso and Raikkonen to pull away, but of course they're going to be battling with themselves for the of course the championship lead. I mean, it's Raikkonen at the moment who leads it due to count back of, I'm not sure if he's had more wins or if it's like going back as far as 2nd place or something. But going to the grid now then, and just waiting for the start, hoping for a good one here. Maybe we can leapfrog a couple into this shorter into turn 1, but we are now away, and we do get a very good start here actually. I was trying to stay on the inside line then, and it looks like I've already got better, and also Clean, maybe looking at Webber as well. It's been a very good start here. We're up into 6th place straight away then, and we did exactly what I wanted to do there. But Clean still having a look at us into its Maggots and Beckett, so well, I did have a very good line through there actually. I was getting, well, was much quicker than the AI through there all through this weekend, and it was giving me a really good run to this hanger straight, even though I didn't have the best straight line speed because I was going for more error really a lot of these tracks. But having a look at Webber there, it didn't quite work for us, but I was still right in behind him here. We might look at him into Vale here. We're on the inside, but he's cut right across us there. He was too busy watching the Renault in front of him, and yeah, well, we're going to have to try and pass him through Club instead, but he's cutting us off again. And I tried to get in the slipstream, he's kind of weaving about a little bit. I was on the inside now for Abbey. Of course, this is the old section now that I was talking about. I do kind of miss this because it was really cool, especially this flat out bridge corner up to, well, this is the only corner name I don't actually know, I think, on the whole track. So we're looking at Fisichella then, coming towards the end of this first lap as we're just trying to find maybe an opening, maybe a door left open somewhere, but couldn't find one there. as we're heading across the line to begin the second lap of 60. Of course, there's a few more laps here now because, well, this was a shorter layout, and we have lost a bit of time in this first part, but as I said before, I can take this first part of Maggots really fast, but then, well, they go really slow, and I've gone into the back of Physica. That was quite careless of me. And we are never going to have an instant free race, are we? I think Malaysia's the only one, in fact. And I'm amazed we even had that instant free race prize. And that really did hurt us a lot because we weren't getting the front downforce that we needed. And, well, that was really my secret here to doing well, because I was using the run through Maggots and Beckett's to get a good run on the hanger straight. But we do have a look at Physica here. He made a mistake trying to pass Ralph, and I managed to go around the outside of him into that corner. So that was a good move from me there. And on the next lap I did just about manage to keep up with Ralph through that section. As I was saying before, I kind of got a bit cut across, but well, I'll say about it in a minute, because we're passing Ralph now for P3. And as I said, I was using that first Maggots and Beckett section to just kind of slingshot myself up to the hanger straight, but onto my pit stop lap then I was still, well, I didn't have that much of a lead over Ralph really, because I couldn't pull away because of my damage. And yeah, I made that mistake there, pushing on my in lap, and now the Toyota is right back on my tail. You can see that we were way off of Alonso and Raikkonen at this stage. They were just pulling away due to, well, their nearest competition being a Toyota up to that point, and, well, then of course the damaged Ferrari. But we're coming in for our pit stop. That pit entrance is, well, it just catches you out so much that first time, just how far over to the right is. It's just like immediately on the exit of the corner. In we come then. It's going to be a long stop, and it doesn't look like we're going to be able to stay ahead of Ralf Schumacher during this pit stop phase, and we may lose out to a few other people as well because of how long this pit stop will be. Because that's what I was pushing really, because I knew that I would have this longer stop, and it wasn't really working out that well because I only had a couple of seconds over Ralph. As you saw there, he caught right back up to us when I made that little mistake. But yeah, we're out. It's 14.5 second stop, so not what we needed at all. I come out the pits and you can see Fisichella, who stopped earlier than us, has leapfrogged us, and we're very close to Webber and Button, in fact, who we got ahead of right in the early stage of the race. So it's not worked out too great for us, but we do have a fully working car now, so we should be able to pull away pretty quickly. On the next lap, Ralf Schumacher pits. It's going to be close to see who gets out first. And you can see there he is. He's just ahead, but he's still getting up to speed. And I've got the inside line going into the first part of Maggots, and I'm through. And I've almost ran into the back of Fisichella again. I'm not going to make that mistake twice though, as we're coming through Chapel now. I do have a very good run on him. I think for some reason here I go a bit way too slow in that corner, so that does help quite a lot. I'm looking at Fisichella now. I've caught up to him thanks to the BMW holding him up, but we've had contact with him, and somehow we're the one who spun there. I don't know how he managed to get away pretty much unscathed from that, but we have spun again, and oh god, we've screwed over Ralph, and now we've got a few cars looking at us. But as I said before, we've got a fully working car now, so we can just pull away. And quite a while later we managed to catch back up to Fisichella. It did take a while, but we've managed to catch him up now. We're quite a long way behind Alonso and Raikkonen at this stage, but they're still battling between themselves. As we're lining up Fisichella, hopefully we can get it right this time. On the inside we brake very late for Stowe, and we are through just about. The Fisichella's going to have a good exit on us here. You may look at us into Vale, and he is on the outside, and he almost had a look at us there, but we managed to hold that line, and we're up into P3 then. And that's how it stayed until our stop. In clear air I managed to get the gap back down to only 20 seconds off the leader Raikkonen. So maybe the race isn't over yet. Maybe this won't be just a boring drive to P3 as we come into the pits then for our second stop of the afternoon. It should be a quick pit stop this time at least. So in we come then for that stop, and in we come then, and well, this is actually crucial, this second stop, because Alonso and Raikkonen were going longer, but they caught a bunch of traffic actually just after this, so that held them up quite a lot. And yeah, you're going to see that plays a big part in this, because before and after my pit stop here I have a lot of clear air to put in some quick time, so even though I've got a lot of fuel on board, it helps me close up a lot, and that was a really dull stint with not much happening except me closing the gap down a lot. And you're going to see just how much this clear air helped me, as on our pit in lap we're only a couple of seconds behind Alonso. You can see him just up ahead of us there, and Raikkonen only just ahead of him as well, so that has helped us like big time there, as we're coming in then for our third and final stop, and it looks like we have a 3 horse battle for the win here. And then we come then for that final stop, and hoping if it's a good one we may even be able to leapfrog Alonso, but of course it will be difficult because of course we're going on to heavy fuel, whereas they're just coming on to the last like lap or two of their fuel load. And well, of course we're not going to be on heavy fuel because we're only like about 12 or 13 laps from the end here, but anyway, it's a decent stop. We were a bit late on the lollipop, but we still rejoin in a comfortable P3 then, and we're going to skip now I think to when Alonso pits, and we are indeed. He was the first one in, then I think it was Raikkonen after that, and for some reason it said there was a short gap to Raikkonen there, but he hadn't actually pitted yet, so I think that was a glitch, and Alonso did rejoin just ahead of us there, only a couple of seconds ahead. There's pretty much status quo really. I don't know if that's the right phrase or not, but well, I'm always doing that, aren't I? But we come across the line then the next time, and Raikkonen has just pitted, and yeah, he rejoins just ahead of Alonso then. Don't know if you can really see it on the screen, but yeah, he did. And well, later on in the lap we catch a lot of traffic here. I managed to catch up with them through Stowe, and now there's a Toro Rosso and a Williams that's holding this up, and it looked like I was going to get held up there, but it looks like we've gone either side of it, and then the Toro Rosso almost holds me up as well, and it looks like I've just about got through it ahead of Alonso. I mean, it wasn't quite as epic as Hakkinen on Schumacher in Spa 2000, but still. And yeah, we're lined up Raikkonen now then a couple of laps later, having taken P2 after being like about 25 seconds behind at one point. And well, we're looking at Raikkonen and through Beckett's, and now up to Chapel, and now onto the hangar straight, and we're in the slipstream. Can we pull off a clean move here? Of course it didn't work on us the first time when we tried to pass Fisichella. We're in the slipstream, we're on the inside now, and it looks like we have got that move done, but Raikkonen is going to come back. It's on the exit. It's almost a carbon copy of our move on Fisichella, in fact. As in Taville we go. He was on the outside looking, but we have taken a position down. We're into the lead, would you believe? And that is how it's going to stay then, as we're on to the final lap, and even just that slight mistake there couldn't spoil the day for us, as well it's going to be our 4th win of the season, and I was much happier with this one than I was with Monaco, because I felt like today I wasn't relying on luck, and it was just my pace and having a better strategy that won it for me, rather than just, you know, noobish AI driving. But we come across the line then, and we take our 4th win of the season then. That's really made this an interesting, well, the championship battle even more interesting, as we're looking at the full results then. And there we go then. And well, the top 3 in the championship were the top 3, not in the same order, but of course, yeah, you know what I mean. And Massa again not scoring points, so well, he really needs to up his game if we're going to make an impact in the constructors anyway, as Montoya they're not scoring points either, so maybe level things out a bit with McLaren. But looking further down, then only a couple of retirements in this race. I can't even remember when they happened. In fact, I think they were literally just mechanical failures, and that was it. But we scored the maximum points then in this race, and in the championship hasn't changed any positions, but has made, well, it has closed the gap down to only 6 points between the top 3. So it's looking like a very interesting championship battle here. Looking further down, you can see Massa's down to 10th then, so you can see just how much he's kind of hindering Fry's progress at the minute. But yeah, in the constructors then, Renault score the most points again, so they're going to take the lead, well, they extend their lead in the championship over McLaren. And yeah, we're still 3rd then. And well, that's pretty much it for this race. If you've enjoyed it, leave a like, and I'll see you next time, where we'll be going to North America for Canada and USA. And I'm now going to leave you with the champagne on the podium. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.